to have a drink. Your roommate said you weren't around. Now I know I'm what a man would like to be your friend, and I just got to find a way to let you know I'm not like them. And now I lie in bed and think, sometimes I even weep when I dream behind the wall and sleep, behind the wall and sleep, behind the wall and sleep, behind the wall and sleep.
When you arrived, it was a couple days later than we planned. When you arrived, you brought us all the happiness we could stand. When you arrived, there was nothing else that mattered. When you arrived, all other thoughts in life just scattered. No way to tell what happens next, tunnel to what's in front of us. The day came by when you arrived, heart was full, never to cry. Then you took us over. Then you took us over like we could have never known. Then you took us over like we could have never known. Distracted by nothing else, you had us as your own. No way to tell what happens next, tunnel is what's in front of us. The day came bright when you arrived, heart was full, never deprived. The day you came into this world, light shine bright into the day. When you arrived, the day you came into this place, light shine bright across your face. When you arrived, the day came by when you arrived, heart was full, never deprived. The day came by when you arrived, heart was full, never deprived. The day came by when you arrived, heart was full, never deprived. When you arrived.
twice a week. One man in his music studio performs hundreds of songs. To entertain you for hours at a time. A live stream known as Music by SV. Godsmack006 hails it as the best way to relax after a hard day at work. Fernie QC remarked, "Amazing stream, dude." Music by SV captured audiences' hearts and was the official selection for this year's Spartan Film Festival, and the winner of the Audience Choice Award. This is Music by SV.
Well, hello there. Happy November. How are you doing today? Hello, Spanner in the Works. Hello, RD. This camera, not that one. This one is acting. Everything was fine until I went live. I was testing it out earlier today, and all was fine. This guy right here. Look at. And I go live, and I watch immediately as it loses. It just gains all this lag. So we're going to take that camera completely out of the mix right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it completely out of the mix. We're just going to skip it. So I'm going to update my settings here. And there we go. So now it's going to go to camera 1. Camera 3 to the collection, which you'll see all three of them, and then back to camera 1. That's what we're doing. That camera's now out of the mix. But I do have news. Let's see, what's new? Well, new gear coming. No new gear to look at today, other than I moved that camera to that angle just for a different view today. But I have new gear coming. You know, we introduced... Yeah, you can see when we do the all-camera view, I still kept that one in there just so you can see it. But I can't live with that lag as a primary camera. I can't do it. Can't do it to you guys. Hold on, let's make sure Lumia is even on. Lumia appears to be on, but I have new gear news that has been ordered and to be ordered. We'll see what we're gonna do today. I might play around with the little keyboard for a little bit here, the looping kit. I might do that. I did create a whole Halloween drum and singing set list yesterday, but for those of you who were here, I only got to about, well, if I look at the list, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs before the trick-or-treaters showed up at the door, and wanted to go say hi to those trick-or-treaters. So I'll play a couple more songs from this list. But if you would like to add something to the request list, just type !SL. We now have over 500 requestable songs in the list. So RD !SL to take a look at the song list and pull something from that list. And but in the meantime, I'm going to play a few of the songs that I have in the queue here. And as I see requests come in, I'll take a break from what I put together for my Halloween set list, and we'll play some requests. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do to get the day started. All right, let's get the background music off. Let's play some music. The next one in the list was some Avenged Sevenfold, continuing on with the Halloween songs that I put in the list. Afterlife seems to make sense, so let's play some Avenged Sevenfold. This will be quite a way to warm up. Probably not an opening song that makes sense, but... Oh, look at that, Spanner. Lumia, right away. He's ready to go. we lose a camera, just like that. My goodness. First off, OE Game Over is like, are you playing Afterlife? I know you're playing Afterlife. Nice job, OE. And right before we started Afterlife, we were just talking about how camera 1 is working fine, camera 3 is working fine, and camera 2 is acting wonky. So we took camera 2 out of the mix. And what happened? No more than, 45 seconds after we took camera 2 out of the mix? Camera 3 is like, well, if camera 2 doesn't have to show up for work today, maybe I'll take the day off too. Seriously. I heard it unplug, disconnect. So at the moment, camera 2 is dead. Like this one right here. This one's not doing so hot. Let me see here. Let me turn it off, refresh devices, and it's no longer there. It's not even in the mix. It's gone. It's gone. All right, I'm going for a walk. Come with me. Let's go investigate. So we know camera 2 was a problem yesterday. And it was fine pre-stream. Oh, you won't believe what happened to camera 3. Now you should know this. Camera 2 and camera 3 are nothing more than Android mobile devices. Camera 3 is a Samsung Galaxy S8. Camera 2 is a Google Nexus 5. Those will soon go away, but that's what they are right now. Camera 1 is a Logitech Brio. 2 weeks ago, camera 2 was a Logitech C920, but the C920 decided to stop working. So I swapped the Nexus and put it in its place. And camera number 3 is currently the Samsung Galaxy S8. Yes, I actually reuse smartphones as streaming cameras. And if anybody is to learn anything from Music by SV here on Twitch, is never use smartphones as your stream cameras, because they don't do a good job. No matter what the software tells you, not so much. Anyways, camera 3, the Samsung Galaxy S8, the reason it went bling and I heard it go offline was because the battery went down to 0. How can anyone in their right mind call themselves a professional streamer when their camera, which needs to do just one job a couple times a week, battery dies within the first minutes of stream? We are professionals here, people. Well, now I'm actually going to disable all cameras, and we have the one angle, is what the story is here, until the other camera charges up. I don't remember the last time I did a single camera angle stream. I don't remember when that was. I have other cameras in the room, but they're not plugged in and ready to go. And we're not going to sit here while just is what it is. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's fine, Spanner. Well, I did have some fun playing some Avenged Sevenfold. Good guess, OE. Good guess, OE. OE says, girl bossed so hard, one of the cameras broke. True dat, OE Game Over. True dat. Demo Drummer's in the house. Well, I thank you, Demo Drummer. Good to see you, my friend. It is what it is. Today's November 1st. I titled the stream November Rain, and I even Guns N' Rosed up. Guns N' Rosed? Guns N' Rosed? Guns N' Rosed. I'm going to say Guns N' Rosed up to represent November Rain. Maybe at one point today we'll even play the song November Rain. Maybe we'll do that. Thank you for the theme, Damos. Right? It's November. I don't have a November Rain t-shirt. And in fact, for those of you who know how antiquated I am in years, you'll know that I was in my prime when Guns N' Roses was in their prime. Saw all the concerts whenever I could, bought all the gear, had all the posters, had all the tapes and all the CDs and all the vinyls. Still got all the vinyls and all the CDs. But this is actually from the reunion tour. When they got back together 5 years ago, I spent $1 zillion, it feels like, to buy tickets to see Axl, Slash, and Duff back together. And I even joined the Guns N' Roses fan club so I could get early access to tickets, good tickets. Paid extra for the fan club, which got me the t-shirt, got me a sweatshirt, got me a little backstage pass lanyard, which did not actually get me backstage pass. It was just a cool lanyard. Anyways, I'm starting to play through my, continuing to play through the Halloween set list I put together for yesterday, as I was dressed as a disheveled Ron Burgundy. I was a disheveled Ron Burgundy for Halloween. If you look at yesterday's stream now, you'd be like, wow, SV, wow. But I put together like a 30-song playlist, and then I only played like 9 songs before the trick-or-treaters showed up at my house. So feel free to put some songs in the request list. I will play them as I see them, but I'm just playing through some of the set lists that I created yesterday, and it's all kind of a Halloween theme. Damo says, how long did Axl make you wait before he decided? Oh, Damo. So the first time I ever saw Guns N' Roses in concert was in between when the GNR Lies album came out and before Use Your Illusions came out. And my friend and I, we flew cross-country, across the United States, and we went to Los Angeles on vacation to go see Guns N' Roses. They were playing 4 nights, sold out at the Los Angeles Forum. And I believe we were high schoolers. And so we didn't have tickets, by the way. We'll figure that out when we get there. 4 nights, sold out. First night we get there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cue some Guns N' Roses after the song. Now that we're talking Guns, I'm not playing November Rain yet, but I'm going to play some Guns N' Roses now. So, I'll tell you this one story and they'll play a song and I'll tell you more. Because I love my Guns N' Roses stories. So the first night, we were visiting my cousin who actually worked at the Forum part-time, kind of the person who would walk up and down the aisles and sell snacks at sporting games. And I was like, hey, how do we get into the show that's sold out? He's like, I got an idea. What we'll do is you guys will go and you will apply for a job. You guys will apply for a job to work at the Los Angeles Forum for the summer, and you'll fill out an application, have a job interview, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll let us stay to watch the show. This is a true story. So my cousin got us a job interview. My best friend and I and my cousin, he's like, all right, we're going to park in the employee parking lot. We're going to walk in. This is the day of the concert. You know, like in the afternoon, say 2 p.m. You know, concerts start around 7 or so. We walk in the employee entrance, and over there to the right, you can tell there's like buses and trucks and gear and whatnot. And over to the right, within 10 feet of us, is none other than, and this is a person that when you see them, you'll be like, there's no other person on earth that this could be, none other than Slash, 10 feet away from us, riding a BMX bicycle in the parking lot. And me being, you know, I should never call anyone in Guns N' Roses my childhood hero. I should never say that nobody in Guns N' Roses should ever be considered your hero. But Slash was 10 feet away from me riding a BMX bicycle, and I just freaked out. My voice probably went up a few octaves, and I was like, Slash! Slash! My cousin smacks me on the back of the head. What are you doing? We're going in for a job interview. What are you doing? And, you know, he waved. He waved, and we kept walking in because I had to pretend like I was going in for a job interview. I'm sure I probably dressed relatively nice. I'm sure I wasn't wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. Anyways, we go in, and we meet with my cousin's boss in this little office, like, you know, the bowels of the Los Angeles Forum. I have another Slash story for later. Remind me of my Twitter Slash story for later. I'll bring that up later on, too. Did not know this was actually going to be a whole Guns N' Roses stream, but here we are. I mean, I did title it and wear the shirt. So we go in, we have an interview. He says, why do you want to work here? And she said, oh, we're staying in Los Angeles for the summer, and we would love just a part-time job while we're here. And we're very dependable, and, we'll fill out the application. And he's asking us interview questions, and he's like, all right, well, after the 30-minute or so interview, he's like, well, I'll let you know if we have any openings and if you guys can start. And then we asked the all-important question at the end of the interview. My cousin looks at his boss and says, hey, do you mind if we, just kind of stick around to watch the show? And his boss, I'm making this part up, but it was almost like takes the glasses off and looks at us. Is like, you do know this is a sold-out Guns N' Roses concert, right? My cousin's like, oh yeah, we'll just, we'll stay in the aisles, we'll stay in the hallway. So, boss looks at him, he goes, don't get caught. He says, don't get caught. And instead of us leaving the office and taking a right out to the exit, we left the office and took a left and started working our way in the underground mazes of the Los Angeles Forum and get ourselves into the stands. There's nobody in there. The doors aren't open yet. It's hours before the show. So we go and just take some seats in the lower balcony off to the right. Who comes out on stage? W. Axl Rose comes out on stage by himself with an acoustic guitar, walks up to the microphone, strumming some notes on the guitar, singing a song. This is his little warm-up before the show or something. And it was the song, what was it, Bad Horse? Hold on, let me see if I can look it up really quick. It was a song that I don't believe they've ever done live in concert. Dead Horse, that's the song. Do I have a copy of it? I don't even know if I have a copy of it. Oh, I do have a copy of it. It's probably drum stripped. So yeah, it was, if that was 3 hours before the show, that's actually 6 hours before Axl would appear. Yes. So Axl was there. And he comes out and he's strumming a guitar and singing a song I'd never heard before because Use Your Illusions wasn't released yet. So I'd never heard the song Dead Horse. And I think he did Dead Horse. I'm going to come back to more of the Guns N' Roses story in a little bit. But I think it's a drum-stripped version of Dead Horse. I've never played it on stream. I don't think I've ever even listened to it. I don't know if it's usable or not, but now that we're talking about Axl Rose on stage, I'm going to try it out. Let's see how it sounds.
Sick of this life, not that you care. I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share. Nobody understands quite why we're here. We're searching for answers that never appear. Maybe if I looked real hard, I'd see you trying to understand this life that we're all going through. Then when she said she was gonna wreck my car, I didn't know what to do.
care. I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share. Unofficially, that was an FT. That was an FT. It's never been played. It's not requestable, but it's one of the thousands of songs I have in my song list that I have yet to test to determine if they should make it. So yes, Axl Rose comes out on stage with an acoustic guitar. I believe he played that song. And I'm sitting in the stands, me, my best friend, my cousin, and nobody else. Axl Rose just performed a song for the three of us. Later on, the doors opened, seats started to fill up, and people then wanted their seat that we were sitting in. We're like, oh, so sorry, we didn't know we were in your seat. We're so sorry. And then we made our way down onto the floor, and we sat on the floor, and of course somebody wanted their seats on the floor, and then we made our way into the upper balcony, and somebody wanted their seats there. So we started to find ourselves in a bit of trouble when there were no seats left, because again, it was a sold-out Guns N' Roses concert. Sold out! What's up, Fernie? Telling a story of how I snuck into my first Guns N' Roses concert in Los Angeles. How I snuck in. Did not pay. Snuck in. And so people start filling up. Skid Row was the opening band, by the way, just for awareness. Right? Yeah, Skid Row was the opening band. And anyways, comes around to like 7 or 8 o'clock, and Skid Row comes out, does an amazing show. Do I have any Skid Row? I do have some Skid Row. They did an amazing show. And so very happy to see Skid Row and Guns N' Roses in concert. I have a Skid Row song, one that you probably would not expect me to ever do. I just might do it, because I just mentioned their name. This was, Skid Row had just their first album. I don't believe Slave to the Grind was out yet. So I believe it was just Skid Row playing their first album. And, they played all the songs you'd expect. I'm trying to see if I have said songs. Here, hold on. I might do a Skid Row song right now. I might. But they're amazing. I love Skid Row. I love them then. I love them now. I had tickets to see Sebastian Bach in concert, but pandemic thing happened. So let's find it here. Here we go. I haven't done this one in a very long time. Let's see how this one comes out here. Let me switch back to the sounds here. We'll do some Skid Row, and then I'll tell the rest of the story. Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. The wind will whisper and I think of you. And all the tears you cry, they call my name. When you needed me, I came through. Paint a picture of the days gone by. When love was blind, you would make me see. Oh, I'd stare a lifetime into your eyes, so that I knew that you were there for me. But time after time, you were there for me. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, love letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless night, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Knox drummer in the house. We spent the summer with the top rolled down. ever after would be like this. You said I love you, babe, without a sound. I said I'd give my life for just one kiss. I live for your smile and die for your kiss. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, love letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember. Yeah. We've had our share of hard times, but that's the best we paid. And through it all, we had the promise that we made. Well, I swear you'll never be lonely. Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. Washed away a dream of you. But nothing else could ever take you away. 'Cause you'll always be my dream come true. Yo, Knox Drummer! Love letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless night, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand. Love letters in the sand. I remember you through all the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember, yeah. It's not Fallout Boy. It's not Fallout Boy, Knox. I think I need to hydrate now. Okie dokie. Knox Drummer and friends are in the house. What's up, my dude? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for bringing your friends. That was some Skid Row, Mad Vixen. Yes, I titled the stream "November Rain," which is a Guns N' Roses classic. Though we have not played that song yet. I titled it because it's November 1st, and I was like, oh, November Rain. Oh, I'll use this as a stream title before I forget to, and then November's gone. Like, you know, wake me up when September ends. I forgot to use that in the month of September. So I titled it right before I went live, November Rain, and it was actually a coincidence that I was wearing my Guns N' Roses Night Train t-shirt. It was actually a coincidence. And so we started, Demo Drummer showed up, and I was telling a story of how I snuck into a Guns N' Roses concert before the Use Your Illusions album came out. So that was the story I was telling. And I was in the process of telling the story of how I snuck in, applying for a job while Guns N' Roses was playing 4 sold-out nights at the Los Angeles Forum before the Use Your Illusions album came out. So after the GNR Lives, before Use Your Illusions, so after the Patience album came out, just to kind of set the stage. What songs were on that? Patience was on. GNR Lies, and then Use Your Illusion was November Rain, Don't Cry, the Terminator song, lots of songs. Anyways, snuck in, applied for a job. My friend's boss said, don't get caught. And we're in there. And at this point now, the opening band was Skid Row. They had come out, played a great set. They'd only had their first album. They played a great set. And then, so now it's like, 8:30 p.m. or so, 9 o'clock, something like that. And of course, Guns N' Roses is due to come out on stage. And they're going to debut their new album, which nobody's heard yet, because these are the first shows of the tour. Like the very first shows of the tour, I believe. And again, we don't have seats because we snuck in. And it's sold out. So we're just kind of like bobbing and weaving. And when we see security coming, checking for tickets, we kind of go down a different aisle. There was once or twice we're like, tickets please. We're like, oh, we're in the upper balcony. We're just heading our way out, and kind of book it up there. So here's where we're at. So Skid Row finishes, waiting for Guns N' Roses to come out. Jay Brewer's in the house. What's up, Jay? Jay, I just sang some Skid Row. You would have appreciated the Skid Row. You may not have appreciated me singing it. That's a whole different story. But you would have appreciated the fact that there was Skid Row. So we're waiting for Guns N' Roses to come on stage. Remember, we've already seen Axl. We saw him in the afternoon. I saw him in the afternoon playing acoustic guitar on the stage with nobody else there. And 9 o'clock comes around, no Guns N' Roses. 10 p.m. comes around, no Guns N' Roses. 11 p.m. comes around, no Guns N' Roses. Damo, the Terminator song. You like that? I never liked that song. I just call it the Terminator song. 11 p.m., no Guns N' Roses. If I remember right, it was after midnight before they took the stage. There were no riots, but the crowd was getting pretty ticked off. And of course, there are cameramen there for Guns N' Roses concert, kind of, putting cameras on the crowd. And of course, how do you entertain people when Guns N' Roses isn't on stage and there's girls in the crowd lifting up their shirts? And it was like, oh my goodness. They finally come out on stage and they started the show with, what was it? A perfect something. Perfect. It's so funny. This was not going to be a whole Guns N' Roses discussion stream. Perfect Crime. And of course, I'd never heard the song before because the album wasn't released. So much energy, and all of a sudden, it just erupted, the energy of Guns N' Roses live on stage. And then they played for a 3-hour concert, by the way. So, you don't leave the Forum until like 3 a.m. And I'll talk about getting back home in a second. But because I just mentioned the song they opened with, A Perfect Crime, I have a drumless version of A Perfect Crime. Oh, Chris Cornell's Patience, so amazing. And his daughter made the video. It's incredible, Jay. It really is. Damo, it is so rude, right? To be that big of a rock star that you're like, screw my fans that all paid, back then it was $20 a ticket, but a little different today. But screw my fans who all paid $20 a ticket to be here. I'll just make them wait. And, some of them are probably students. Some of them are probably children. Some of them are probably adults who have a job to go to the next day. It is really rude. It really was rude. And it bums me out that I still say like Guns N' Roses is my favorite rock band of all time because they weren't nice to their fans. My time has value too, right, Damo? My time has value too. All right. I don't know if the quality of this is another song that I've never played before, but I have it just sitting in my catalog. So I'm going to play the drumless version of Perfect Crime, which was the opening song for the Guns N' Roses concert that I snuck into at the Los Angeles Forum. Let's play it. I don't know how the quality is. We'll find out. Feel free to drive the lights, my friend. Okay. Confirmed. Terrible quality. I'm gonna play the original because it's too good not to play now. All right. I'm gonna bring up the original right now. I wasn't planning on any of this. This is fun. So it's our first proper stream back in what feels like a very long time. We haven't had a proper stream in an extremely long time. I'm thankful for being back. And Here it is. Perfect Crime, Guns N' Roses. I'm going to play over the original. Something I never do. I never play over the originals. But the song's too good not to play. There it is. Let me make sure my levels are good. I'm actually really excited to play the song. I absolutely love the energy of the song. Perfect Crime by Guns N' Roses. You've never heard the song on the radio. It is not a radio-friendly song. A little bit of energy to that song. That's how they opened the concert. Wait, how do I say this name? Giastia? G-St? Thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for being here. Thank you for that follow. I think I'm going to need to hydrate after every song right now. Singing a little I Remember You by Skid Row, followed up by probably one of the most aggressive Guns N' Roses songs of all time. The song opener, Perfect Crime, from when I snuck in to see them at the Los Angeles Forum. By the way, I flew thousands of miles to sneak into said show. In my and everyone's defense, when the Use Your Illusions albums actually came out later that year, Axl Rose did say something in an interview. He says, you know, I know we released a double album and you're going to buy them separately. It's not a double album, it's two separate albums. But if you can't afford them, steal them. So I bought the albums on cassette. But I did not pay for that concert. Anyways, they played an amazing 3-hour show. And now I'm thinking about one more Guns N' Roses song that's in my mind. And it's in my playlist, too, which is requestable. And I've always thought was a really interesting song. I think it's the second song from the Use Your Illusions album. And what's really interesting is Axl Rose doesn't sing the song. The second song on their giant two-disc, two-cassette album. And it's not even sung by Axl. It's sung by Izzy Stradlin, the rhythm guitar player. The song is called 14 Years. I'm going to play that now. And then we'll continue on with the story. And maybe we'll even continue on with the Halloween set list that I never finished yesterday. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Exclamation mark SL. I see some requests in. We're going to do some requests right after this. Requests coming right up after this. Guys, I am having unintentional, but I'm having the time of my life. Why had the time of my life? I'm going to check. You notice how we have one camera? I'm going to come back and talk about these comments. Oh my goodness, Fernie! I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Fernie. Don't you go anywhere. I want to see if I can get camera 3 working again. We know camera 2, it's just a little cranky, but camera 3's battery died 1 minute into going live. Let me go see if we can get camera 3 alive again, and then we got some business, Fernie. We got some business. I'll be right back. And in fact, we can walk and talk together. Thank you for that resub, Fernie. Thank you so much. And I got a lot of chat to get caught up in, but I'm having the time of my life because I do mention the battery's only at 13%. All right, we're gonna give it some more time before we turn it back on. I'm having time of my life because even though I guess I'm slightly ashamed to admit it, Guns N' Roses is my favorite rock band of all time, and I truly love the music they have created. Spanner's true. Camera 2 was acting up. What I did not know is Camera 2 was a little bit psychotic. Hold on, I gotta fix my little drum pedal. It got a little. Okay, pedal's back. Let me get caught up in the chat here, my friends. Hold on. Thank you, Fernie. Fernie just resubbed for 5 months in a row. This is crazy because I've only been able to have subs for 6. Fernie, you've been along for the journey. Fernie, along for the journey. I didn't know I was a poet, and I didn't even know it. Sapphire's in the house. Hello, Diamond 24K Sapphire. Good to see you. We're talking a whole lot more Guns N' Roses. It was not the plan, but I just like how things happen. But Fernie just subbed for 5 months, and if people aren't aware, when somebody subscribes to the channel, we add their name to a drumstick, and then they magically, mystically hang behind us when we fill those drumsticks up. And so we need to add Fernie's name for subbing to the Sticks of Destiny. That's right. We're adding Fernie right now. Fernie, using the commands in chat, I have 5 colors because purple is still in my travel bag from the other day. Fernie, you just type an exclamation mark and then type the color of your choice. Blue, pink, aqua, red, or green. What are you feeling, Fernie? What are you feeling for the for this month's stick? What are you in the mood for? The lights have gone red. I love this. When the lights go red, I honestly can't even tell what colors are in my hand. You can see them better on screen than I can see them in the room. Messes with my old man eyes. All right. Red it is, Fernie. Let's add you for the 5th time. To the stick for the 5th time. All right, right here. Right here. Here we go. Fernie QC says, amazing stream, dude. Right back at you, Fernie. Amazing chat. Appreciate you being here, Fernie. Thank you so much. Look at that. All of our subs, you get full access to the Discord, and I put photos like this. This photo will be in the Discord. So ! Discord, and then later on, go check it out as I post photos of all the sub names before they hang for all eternity back here behind me. You also get access to all the emotes and unlimited requests in the song list. Thank you, Fernie. What else is going on in the chat? What else did I miss here? So I'm going to scroll back and get caught up in the chat because I've been having fun singing and drumming. We got, you got to help me. How do I say the name? Giastia is in the house, or Giastia. And it probably makes much more sense when you say it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm reading. Let's see here. What else is in here? Fernie. Oh, yeah. So you like the new lights? So, Fernie, you've seen the lights, because these lights, I've now had these lights now. We're on a month or so since I got the new lights, but I did add new commands, and Spanner's been testing them out. And Spanner and I have found some that we really, really like. There's some new color combos that I've been working on that I am really, really enjoying, like how they look, and they light the room and the instruments, and they just feel good, too. Subs get full access to the lights as well. ! Lights. Oh my goodness. Diamond 24K Sapphire subs for the 5th month. And I was just saying, our subs get full access to the lights. ! Lights for all the different light commands. Bling is so pretty. It is so pretty. By the way, whatever command, whatever displays right this moment when a sub happens, I mean, that was nice. Hold on. So, Sapphire, I'm excited to add your name right near Fernie, right near Spanner in the Works. Just type exclamation mark in the color of your choice, Diamond 24K Sapphire, and we will add you to the stick for the 5th time. What color are you feeling? I've got aqua, red, green, pink, and blue. What are you feeling? You tell me, and then we're going to add you to it. And yes, so for folks who aren't aware, we are about to add our new sub, Diamond 24K Sapphire, for the 5th month. Says, love your streams, and just chose aqua. Gonna grab the aqua Sharpie. Bringing up them house lights so I can see. Here's a perfect spot here. As I've mentioned on the stream before, I love this name, Diamond 24K Sapphire, but for whatever reason, my mind just wants to say Sapphire, and I believe I asked months back, I hope you don't mind, I think I just said it, I think I just apologized in advance, I hope you don't mind if I call you by your last Twitch name instead of your first Twitch name. I believe I wrote the word sapphire on here. I definitely cannot spell English words at the moment. But there's something that appears to say diamond. Hold on, let's get there. Diamond 24K Sapphire. That will also be on the Discord. Exclamation mark Discord to see all the photos of everything that is on the Sticks of Destiny. And you now have unlimited light control. Exclamation mark lights to see all the light options. Unlimited song requests by typing exclamation mark SL to see the song list of over 500 songs you can choose from, and all the emotes. And the more subs we get, the more emotes I can create. That's kind of my thought, is like, if we get to more subs, we get to a certain point where I can add new emotes. And I've already got 2 new emotes created, and I would love to slot those in. And I'd love to give myself more homework to make more emotes. All the emotes that we have are handmade by your drummer slash singer slash rando musician guy here. Thank you so much, Diamond 24K Sapphire. Appreciate you so much. All right, I'm scrolling through the chat, seeing what else I missed. And Spanner did say Camera 2 murdered Camera 3. Camera 3 seems to be in recovery right now. So it doesn't look like it was completely murdered, but definitely some life-threatening damage there. Okay, that's so good. So we left off talking about Guns N' Roses, but I looked over and I saw that there were some songs in the chat. I mean, songs in the queue. So I'm going to go play some requests. And just make sure I'm caught up on all the discussions. Oh, these be the emotes, says Spanner in the Works. Yes, the little snare drum SV, the little rolling in the sheep. If you know, you know. If you don't know, maybe you'll know after a certain song gets requested. The hype emote, very proud of my artwork on the hype emote. It was the album cover for my song Zero Matter, and then I morphed it to make it a hype. People were asking for a lighter emote. We got a lighter emote, and then the Sticks of Destiny emote. Oh, sorry, that didn't sound right. The Sticks of Destiny emote. Need an echo every time those words are spoken. Okay. Scrolling through, making sure I'm all caught up. Stealing my job at returning till house lights. I did do house lights, didn't I? Very good, thank you. Hold on, wait, I'm backing up. Did Sapphire do house lights? Anyways, just getting caught up here. Oh, I see, Aqua, house, got it. I'm following along now. Yeah, so we got some of Fernie's requests from a while back, from like the last time we had a request show. That's what it is. Fernie requested some songs. I see one in here. And I want to make sure this was a singing song. So I've already definitely warmed up the voice by singing I Remember You by Skid Row. I'd like to say there's probably no harder song that I could ever imagine to sing, but then there's this song that I covered with my band Octavate. It's a Cyndi Lauper classic, and I'm just going to sing it. I'm not going to drum it. Money Changes Everything recreated in here, in this room, in studio, by my band Octavate, me and Josh. I say band, it's the two of us. And we, the last song on our EP that we just released last month is this single, Money Changes Everything, in a bit of a rock punk style. So let me get us all queued up here, turn off the background noise. Oh, Lacey83, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. And then we're going to play some Money Changes Everything, and wish me luck, because this song is a belter.
I said I'm sorry, baby, I'm leaving you tonight. I found someone new, just waiting in the car outside. Oh, honey, how could you do it? We swore each other everlasting love. I said, well, yeah, I know, but when we did, there was one thing we weren't thinking of, and that's money. Money changes everything. I said money changes everything. We think we know what we're doing, that don't mean a thing. It's all in the past now, money changes everything. They shake your hands and they smile and they buy you a drink. They say we'll be your friends, we'll stick with you till the end. Oh, but everybody's only looking out for themselves. And you say, well, who can you trust? I'll tell you, it's just nobody else's money. Money changes everything. I said money changes everything. You think you know what you're doing? We don't pull the strings. It's all in the past now. Money changes everything.
There's some Josh Prost on the bass, breaking it down. Josh is the primary songwriter in the band Octavate, and the lead bass player. You don't hear that very often. Lead bass player. He also plays all the guitars. I just get to sing, nice and easy.
Money changes everything. I said money changes everything. We think we know what we're doing, we don't know a thing. It's all in the past now, money changes everything.
goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a big one at the end. That's a big one at the end. Thank you guys. Thanks for the claps. Appreciate you. It's a big one at the end. My neighbors do not appreciate it, I'm certain. Thank you for the request, Fernie. I'd love to sing that song. It's a good test to be like, can I still do it? Sorta. It was fun to record that one, I'll tell you that much. If anybody wants to request a song, !SL. Let me finish the Guns N' Roses concert story. So they played a long show, introduced a lot of new songs. We got out at 3 a.m. and my best friend and I am. Let's see. We that's right. We got out, and then my cousin had driven us there, and so we got a car ride home and had a story. We saw Guns N' Roses live in concert. For free. We snuck in. We made it through the whole concert without getting kicked out, but it was very tough. So they're playing 4 nights. 4 nights at the Los Angeles Forum. Sold out. And it continued of the continued. They played 4 nights at the Los Angeles Forum. My friend and I said, we should probably go see them again. And we're like, yeah, we should. But this time, let's try something different. Let's buy tickets. Ooh. That's a novel idea. Let's buy tickets to the concert we want to go see. And I don't remember who we bought the tickets from, but we bought them, probably through a legal reseller of tickets. Because I don't recall us going there and just buying them on the street. I'm guessing we went to a legal reseller of tickets this time around. But who knows? Knowing my friend and I, who flew by the seat of our pants in our youth, we may have just taken a bus. I know we took a bus, by the way, all the way to the Los Angeles Forum, which is 20 miles away from where we were staying. And we may have just gone there and just bought tickets off a scalper, selling them on the street. I don't remember how we got the tickets. But we went in, saw Guns N' Roses do a second show with Skid Row opening again. Very similar to the first show. They came out hours late. The crowd was booing, but again, they put on the same performance, and people were very happy. But again, it made people a little disappointed in this band that they love so much that treated their fans subpar. I was just thinking about a song that a couple days ago we had some friends on the stream and said, it'd be really nice if you could play this song, SV. And I have an instrumental version of the song, but I'll be honest, one of the things I love playing the song on the drums, and I haven't played it on the drums in a very long time. I don't have a drumless version of it, but since we're talking about Guns N' Roses, and since I'm wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, I'm going to play the song. That's what I'm going to do. My favorite Guns N' Roses song of all time, off the Appetite for Destruction album. Anybody want to guess? Any guesses in chat? I'll give you 10 seconds, and then I'm going to hit the play button. I see some new requests coming in. I'm going to play my favorite song on the drums by Guns N' Roses. Then I'm going to check the camera, see if it's up at 20% battery, and then we'll get back to it. That's strange. So Diamond 24K Sapphire. Wait. Did I say... Did I misspoke? I may have misspoke. Dang it. Okay. My 2 favorite Guns N' Roses songs. I may have, the last time I talked about this, flip-flopped them. You just mentioned one of the 2. And now we're going to have to play that song in a few minutes. Now that you just mentioned it. But it's not the one that I was about to hit play on. The one I was about to hit play on is on Appetite for Destruction. Maybe I'll play all my top 3 Guns N' Roses songs today. I love that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play what I recall, what definitely was my favorite Guns N' Roses song until Estranged came out. Rocket Queen is what we're going to play right now. So good. So good. Pretty certain that's the first time I've ever played. I've done Rocket Queen on stream once before, but I sang it. I sang it on stream. First time I've ever drummed it on stream. Thanks for rocking out with me on that one. I love how where the stream is going. It's going down my childhood is where it's going. All right, we got more songs in the queue here. Let's get back to some stories in a few minutes. But in the meantime, let's play some songs. Little Gin Blossoms to mix it up. A little Gin Blossoms. This one was in the queue from forever ago. Fernie, you put this one in forever ago. Thank you so much, Sapphire. Thank you. Thank you, Fernie. Thank you, guys. Thank you, my friends. All right, some Gin Blossoms. Fernie put this in the queue forever ago, and I'd love to keep the queue just to see. Do we ever get to it? Today we're getting to it. Wait, it's a vocal version. That means I need to sing it. I had no idea, by the way. I was literally going like, hey, why are the drums in this song? Why are the drums playing in this? I'm like, I didn't even realize that I didn't have a drumless version, but I have a vocalless version. I did not know that. The funny thing is, I don't even have Hey Jealousy, the lyrics in front of me. Something like that, right? Come on, iPad. Come on, trusty old 2013 iPad. Let's get some lyrics up here. We're going to sing Hey Jealousy, apparently. Hey Jealousy lyrics. And they're not on my lyric sheet, which is over here. You don't see it, but, well, if this camera's working, you could actually probably see the lyric sheet. Okay, all right. We're going to sing some Gin Blossoms for Fernie from, like, weeks ago. Here we go. If I've ever sang this.
Tell me, do you think you'll be alright? If I could just crash here tonight. You can see I'm no shape for driving. Anyway, I've got no place to go. And you know it might not be that bad. You were the best I ever had. If I don't hold it till things years ago, it might not be long. Tomorrow we can drive around this town, and if the cop chase us around, her past is gone, something might be found, take its place. Hey, jealousy, hey, jealousy, hey, jealousy, hey, jealousy. And you can trust me not to think and not to sleep around. If you don't expect too much from me, you might not be let down. Cause all I ever really wanted you, feeling like I matter too. If I didn't blow the whole thing years ago, I might be here with you. Tomorrow we can drive around this town, and if the cops chase us around, the past is gone, there's something to be found, take its place. Hey, jealousy.
I drum this song in the other band, so it's weird to sing it and not drum it.
Tell me you think it ain't alright, but I could just crash here tonight, and I could do something my desire and take this place. Hey, jealousy, hey, jealousy, hey, jealousy.
DJ Onyx, thank you for the follow.
And it might not be that bad, but just crash here tonight. Don't need hope in years ago, might not be this right. You were the best I've ever had. If I didn't blow the whole thing years ago, it might not be long. Tomorrow we can drive around this town, and if the cops chase us around,
take its place in Tennessee, in Tennessee, in Tennessee. My heart. Tennessee took my heart. Well, there's only one thing I couldn't start. Oh yeah, that's the end. Spanner can verify if that was a first time playthrough. Spanner, you could probably verify that that was a first time playthrough, and without you even checking, I am certain it is. Times played 0. Here's how I know that that song has never been played before. Oh, let me get the delay off. So we do that song in my cover band, Power Surge. I usually play a Power Surge song before the stream starts, so you can see like some of the songs we play in the cover band. I've got a lot of Power Surge songs in the song list. But in Power Surge, my primary job is drummer. I do sing a few of the songs, lead vocals, but I do backup vocals for just about everything. That is a song where I do not sing, and as I'm reading the lyrics to this, I'm saying to myself, hey, you know what's funny? I have never in my life sang this song. I'm reading the lyrics going, that's how it goes? I didn't know this song was about a breakup. I didn't realize, oh, the song's called Hey Jealousy. I didn't realize this was about a guy who chased his significant other away and, screwed up the relationship. I'm reading the lyrics, like reading the story. I'm like, I've never really listened to the story. I always just enjoyed the music, and I always loved the melody of the vocals. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I, for whatever reason, I just don't ever pay attention to lyrics very much. I love melodies, but I always forget to pay attention to lyrics. And I'm reading the lyrics as I'm singing it, going, I've never read these words before. And in fact, there's a line in one of the verses where I'm like, I don't even know how this goes. And I've played the drums for this song 200, 300 times. Anyways, I love the fact that I'm like, I'm going to take a song that my friend sings in our band, and I'm just going to pretend that I sing it. It just is what it is. So today, the title of the stream is November Rain. We've been telling stories of me going to see Guns N' Roses in concert. But I just realized the song that's on my shirt is the song Night Train. And I got this because the Guns N' Roses fan club is also known as the Night Train, apparently. Guns N' Roses fans are on the Night Train. Here's a song I do not have on my song list. I probably have a drumless version, but I gotta imagine it's a very bad one and very low quality. But I'm gonna play Night Train now. It's on the shirt. I should at least play the song, but I'm gonna play over the original. We're gonna play some Night Train by Guns N' Roses. Never ever before played on stream. Don't know if I've ever played it. Yeah, it's fun looking up the lyrics and be like, no way. Who knew? DJ Onyx, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Hey guys, we're at 384 follows. We got like 16 more till we hit 400, and then we're going to have a special 400 song episode. I don't know. I mean, I'm not playing 400 songs in the stream, but we will have a 400 follower episode soon enough. Pretty exciting. Let's do some Night Train, some Guns N' Roses Night Train. That's what we're doing. So good. Oh my goodness, Night Train. Don't know the last time I played. Damo Drummer's in the house, by the way. Everybody go follow Damo Drummer. Damo, I'm sitting here playing some drums, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, oh, you know who raised me on the drums? Steven Adler and Lars Ulrich are the ones who raised me on the drums. I do triplets on the bass drum for literally everything. So, Damo, when I was on your stream the other day, I was like, honestly, as you were doing the Lars, I was in Austin, Texas, listening to you on my phone walking down the street of Austin, Texas last week. And I was thinking, I was like, I play the Lars. My life is the Lars. The Lars and the Steven Adler. That's what SV is as a drummer. Lars / Steven Adler. Got a whole bunch of Metallica songs in my request list. Love to play them. Oh my goodness. Let me just get caught up in the chat here, but just those triplets. So the whole reason I play double bass. I don't love speed metal. I don't love a lot of songs with double kick, but I do love throwing them triplets on the kick. Love it, love it. Right, Damo? I was raised by Lars. Like, and someone's like, hey, Sean, just play me a drum beat, man. Can you just play me a drum beat? I usually just play a Lars beat, I realize. That's the thing. People shit on Lars as a player. But you play those triplets on the kick, and everyone goes, Lars! His style is iconic. And that's worthy of respect, if nothing else. So true, Damo. I put in triplets on the kick for pop music, for hip-hop, because of Lars. I bought my first double bass drum pedal, a Gibraltar, I don't know the model number, a Gibraltar kick, because when I worked my first part-time job at a Walgreens, I started listening to the song One. I was like, I want to play that. Well, I can't play it with 1 foot. I need the 2. Well, it's going to take me a long time to get to the 2. It's a long time. It's going to take me a long time. Honestly, my first drum set was a white Tama, and I put black Remo heads on it. Why? Because of Lars. Bought a white Tama, put black heads on it. Because of Lars. All right, let me get caught up. There's other things in the chat that are going on. I want to make sure I say hi to all these things in the chat. I saw people talking about the lyrics as I was making a comment after that last song. Yeah, Sapphire likes looking up the lyrics. It's fun to look up the lyrics. I can't believe Hate Jealousy. Huh? Makes sense. It's about a dude who was jealous and lost his significant other. It just is what it is. Fernie says, I look it up to be able to sing it, but I don't like to analyze the meaning of a song. Fernie, you and I are kind of in that. We're kind of I love vocal melodies. In the band Octavate, I talked about Octavate, one of the bands that I write and record music in. I actually don't write most anything in Octavate. Josh writes the music, and he writes some of the words, but he doesn't even give me the words right away. He writes the music and then hands me the music in many cases and says, hum me a vocal melody, and I'll just be listening to the music. And I'll hum him back a vocal melody, and then he goes and writes some lyrics to it. Because I like making vocal melodies that complement the music, but don't duplicate the music. I shouldn't say I hate it. I don't like to duplicate the music with the vocal. I like it to have its own life. And I hear vocal melodies very clear. And so I love melodies. As far as lyrics go, I'm like, yeah, cool. If it's a cool story, that's cool, whatever, man. I appreciate a good story. But I don't need it. And I know people very close to me who are like, it's all about the story. I love stories. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, the story's cool, bro, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. Anyways, I like the story, but I don't search for it. Damo's playing today because of Lars. And that era is certainly not the only one who started because of him. Nope. There's two of us who have been playing for a whole long time. Probably didn't start playing because of Lars, but we're playing drum set the way we do today because of Lars. Can I cancel my own song on the website? Oh, you want to change your song? All right. He's a Joey Jordison of the late 80s. So if I can tell you something, I've never gotten into Slipknot. I probably should. I'd never gotten into Joey Jordison. I think there was an era where I was like too busy working or doing family stuff that I missed music. And when I hear Slipknot, I'm like, wow, these guys are awesome. I watched a live video of Slipknot the other day, and I was blown away how incredible they are as showmen. What a great stage band they are. But it is what it is. All right, what else is in here? Let's see what else is. I'm going to see if there's other things in the queue here. I see songs in the queue. Fernie, which one did you want to cancel before I go and play? Did you want me to play Master, or do you want me to play Kill? Which one, Fernie? What do you want me to play versus what do you not want me to play? You just want to switch them. You want to switch the order of them, Fernie? Oh, that's easy enough. That's easy enough. We were just talking about Lars. And I'm going to play, I think this is my favorite. Pretty certain this is my favorite Metallica song of all time. It's the one that my guitar friend Rob in high school and we would sit there for hours and just play the song on repeat and learn the parts and be like, did we just play through all of Master of Puppets together without the cassette? Did we just do it? So yeah, let's play some Master of Puppets. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm sure I will, but what a fun song. Let's do it. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. I wonder when the lights will... There we go. Lumia's like, I need a break, bro. Not perfect. But man, fun. We can tie this back to this theme, by the way. We can tie this back... Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. We can tie this back to today's theme, right? Which is Guns N' Roses. Because... Hold on. Where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. I just want to scroll back. You know, as I'm playing an 8-minute song, pounding it out, trying to remember where everything's at. I missed the conversations. That's all. Joey Jordison reference. It was back to Damo's comment. Getting the next generation of kids into metal. Totally. That was Lars. He got me into metal. I was not into metal. I was into Guns N' Roses and, the hard edge of rock. Lars got me into metal. Very true. Joey Jordison, next generation. Totally. Damos says obey your pasta. Why do I... Dang, there's a meme in that and I don't know it. I want to know what it is. Tell me what it is. I'm a boomer. Help me out. Just getting caught up here. That was a whole lot of fun to play. Just collecting my energy. Collecting my energy after letting all my energy out. Thank you, Fernie. Some good requests that are in here. My goodness, you guys. There's actually things I want to talk about. But hold on. We just played Metallica. Let's get back to Metallica. And today's theme, which is Guns N' Roses, after the Use Your Illusions album came out, after the Metallica Black album came out, Guns N' Roses and Metallica went on tour together. Guess who went to go see them in concert? Basically, the story is, if Guns N' Roses played a concert post Appetite for Destruction, I did not get to see them on the Appetite for Destruction tour. Post, they did not tour for GNR Lies. Trust me, I would have been there. So anything post the GNR Lies release, if Guns N' Roses went on tour, I probably went to the tour. I will say probably. You may find a loophole. There's a couple loopholes. But after Use Your Illusions came out, after the Metallica Black album came out, they went on tour together with Faith No More opening. And I probably haven't said this on stream much, but Faith No More is up there, top 10 of all time. Faith No More is higher up than Metallica in my favorite bands list. Metallica actually doesn't even make the top list, believe it or not. The Leftover Halloween set list was a very short-lived set. By the way, everybody, I have a 35-song Halloween set list. I got through 8 songs yesterday before the trick-or-treaters showed up, and I was like, well, hey guys, I'll be back later on. Spanner knows this. I lie a lot. I don't intend to be a liar, but I definitely prove that I'm a liar. I never came back to do any more. I stuffed myself with Snickers bars and Reese's peanut butter cups, and then I had to pass out. So today I was like, you know what? I will continue on with the Halloween set list because I still get 20-something songs. Many of them are not requestable. Fernie, there's no abusing the queue system. If I don't want to... Here's the way to think of it so you don't ever have to feel bad. Because I've done this before. If I don't want a song in the song list, I take them out. There's songs that I've retired or temporarily retired, and then I put them back in. It is true. I do. I take songs out and I put them back in. Or I take them out and I leave them out if I don't want them anymore. So don't you feel bad. And sometimes, streamer's choice, I may be like, we're going to skip this one today. But don't you worry. I would always let you know if that was the case. There's nothing fun about playing a song that you don't want to play. Everything in the queue, I want to play. It's good. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More, in concert, stadium tour. Soccer stadiums, football stadiums, or football, depending on where in the world you are. And the question was, who was going to be the headliner? Who would be the last band on? When I saw them, it was Guns N' Roses. I do think they took turns headlining. It was at that concert that I realized Double Talking Jive by Guns N' Roses, and there's a Metallica song that they basically sound very similar. the intros are very similar. I can't remember what Metallica song it was. But now that I just mentioned Double Talk and Jive from the Use Your Illusions album, I don't have the drumless version of it, but we're gonna play it right over. We're gonna play right over the original here, just cause I just said it and I want to hear it. Double Talk and Jive from Use Your Illusions 1, Guns N' Roses. Double Talk and Jive. Get the money. Oh. Double Talk and Jive. Hold on. I gotta fix my audio. It got a little off during that song. And how about now we're back. Okay, now we're good. It was hype. Hold on, Spanner. What did you say? Hold on, I'm scrolling back. Streamer's proving a point right now. Was the point that I'm gonna play what I want to play? Is that what you're getting at? Streamer's gonna do what he wants, guys. Request away. Streamer may ignore requests if streamer's in the mood to ignore said requests. Okay, it was all because I was saying Guns N' Roses and Metallica both had a song that had a similar riff to it, and I can't remember the Metallica song. Right, I was just proving a point. That's all. Oh, Fernie, yeah. Hey, everybody! ! SL. Go look into the song list. Throw some stuff in there. Throw some stuff in there. Hype is extremely ironic. Don't you think? Did someone say ironic? Let's see if this sounds any good. Definitely not requestable. Definitely have ever been played on the stream, I'll tell you that much.
98,
Told you, I have thousands of songs that I've not listened to yet.
died the next.
This is one of those thousands of songs.
It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride.
Really?
On you've already paid. It's the goodbye. It's such a just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Mr. Play It
I didn't think I even had this requestable.
was afraid
That's crazy.
to fly. He packed his suitcase.
I have a microphone that's echoing. I want to shut the other one off here.
Kissed goodbye.
There we go. I'm gonna mute that guy for now.
His whole damn
Should
life
fix a little echo I hear that I don't like.
Flight. And as the plane crashed down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride on your already paid. It's the goodbye. Such a just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Like a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's okay and everything's going right. And life is a funny way of helping you out when you think everything's going wrong and everything blows up in your face. A traffic jam when you're already late.
Shall I Lars it up,
A
Damo?
no smoking sign on your cigarette break. It's
Can't-
like
can't not.
10,000 spoons when all you
I love
need
bling.
is a knife.
I love bling.
It's meeting the man of my dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And yeah, I really do think it's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride on your already paid. It's the goodbye. Such a just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? And your life is a funny way of sneaking up on you. And life is a funny, funny way
See you
of
there.
helping you out, helping you out.
I didn't even know the song was requestable. I was like, oh, I have the song here. All right, let's do a couple requests here. I'm going to talk about this band after we play it. Because this band means a lot to me. A lot.
Wild boys are calling on their way back from the fire. In a
So the Duran Duran story. Hold on, let me see. Is camera 3 recharged enough? Let me go see if camera 3 has come back from the brink of doom. Let's go take a walk. You know, it'd be nice if I had a mobile camera, because then we could walk together and you could see the messy side of the studio. All right, it's at 33%. We're gonna power it on. That's gonna take at least a song to power on, and then we'll go back and check it. So Duran Duran, something important, right? We're talking about Guns N' Roses a lot today. Before I got into Guns N' Roses, my 4 favorite bands before I got into Guns N' 5 favorite bands. My 5 favorite bands before I got into Guns N' Roses was Michael Jackson, Prince and the Revolution, specifically the Prince and the Revolution era. Not just Prince, but Prince and the Revolution. Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, and Duran Duran. I'm putting them all together because I gotta be honest, I don't know which one was the top. That is what I listened to before Guns N' Roses came on the scene. Not rock music. I wasn't like a 70s rocker. I wasn't like a Judas Priest rocker. No. Michael Jackson, Prince and the Revolution, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, and Duran Duran. They were my favorite bands. And in fact, my mother, a hairdresser, when I was a youth, my mother would say, some people probably heard this part of the story before, I'm going to cut your hair today. How would you like your hair cut? And I said, Mom, I would like it cut like Simon Le Bon. What was the song? They had a video out that year. What's the name of the song? They had a song in a James Bond film. What was the song? What Duran Duran song was in a James Bond film? Anybody know what it was? Anyways, that song was the single on the radio, the video on MTV. And it's like, I want my hair like Simon Le Bon. By the way, note, if you're not aware, if you liked, old Duran Duran, like we just listened to the Wild Boys, new album just came out. Duran Duran, Future Past, just released like within the last 2 weeks. Give it a spin on your favorite music player. It's good. It's good. I like it a lot. What's in the request queue here? Oh, by the way, I've never seen View to a Kill. Oh, View to a Kill. Wasn't my favorite song of theirs, but it was the single on the radio when I remember Mom asking, how do you want your hair? I said, like Simon Le Bon. Let's hear it for a second. Let's see if I remember it. Oh, yeah.
Meeting you with a view to a kill, face to face.
Well, that is a first time I've probably listened to that song in, I don't know, we'll say 30 years. It's the first time I've ever sat on a drum set and played that song. Remember the video? Took place in Paris. A lot of Eiffel Tower scenes. So good. Sorry if I'm going off script, my friend. Sorry if I'm going off cue, off request cue. But I'm kind of having fun. Does anybody know my favorite Duran Duran song of all time? It is... Is it requestable? Wait, I don't even see it here. I don't even think I have it in my list. Huh. Wow. I have just surprised myself. What I'm surprised is I can't believe I don't have the song in my list. I'm just surprised. All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys. No. I'm gonna play the song. I'm gonna get to it. But I just queued up Sultans, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Let me finish my Duran Duran story. SV's on a massive tangent today, and I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too. We're on a journey. We're on a journey together. I'm on a journey. You're invited to hop on. You're invited to hop on. Let me see. There's a song that I did a vocal recording of, and it's on my YouTube page. But I'm surprised I don't actually have it in my song list to request. The song's never been requestable. I can't believe it. And if I'm saying, like, let me wrap up my Duran Duran journey real quick so we can get back to the scheduled program, I'm going to do that for us right now. So I'm going to play my favorite Duran Duran song of all time. It is the same album that The Wild Boys was on. The Wild Boys was the only studio song on the album Arena. It came out after Seven and the Ragged Tiger. Seven and the Ragged Tiger was the album that was known for the Reflex, which up until Arena, the Reflex was my favorite Duran Duran song of all time. It was. And I might have to play that song. But the Reflex, the remix of the Reflex, and then they had like night versions. They had all these long versions. I love Duran Duran remixes. But then the Arena album came out and it was live. Every song was live except for Wild Boys. And one of the live songs on there became the song that I have loved from Duran Duran forever. The actual live version of the song. I don't have the live instrumental of it, but I do have an instrumental of the song. I have not sang this song in a very long time, but I'm going to sing a Duran Duran song for us right now. Let me fire this up here and hit the play button. And I'm going to sing Save a Prayer, my favorite Duran Duran song of all the times.
See you later, not having Wi-Fi when you...
After Google ads go away on YouTube. My video will play after this ad. One of these days, I will have a professional stream here, my friends. Today is not the day, but very soon. You saw me standing by the wall, corner of Main Street, and the lights are flashing on your windowsill. All alone ain't much fun, so you're looking for a thrill, and you know just what it takes and where to go. old school. Welcome back, Rafina. I hope you're having a great week. Pretty looking road, I try to hold the rising floods that fill my skin. Don't ask me why I keep my promise, melt the ice. And you wanted to dance, so I asked you to dance, but fear is in your soul. Some people call it a one-night stand, but we should call it paradise. Don't say a prayer for me now. Save it till the morning after. No, don't say a prayer for me now. Save it till the morning after. 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 Save a prayer 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 till the morning after.
Amazon employees are.
All right, that wraps up my Duran Duran story. Wraps up my. Do I have a hidden Duran Duran songs to be added to the list? I have a lot of Duran Duran songs. I have a lot of songs to be added to the list. Hold on. And so now I have a funny feeling Duran Duran is a fan. A lot of people here are fans of Duran Duran. What do I have for Duran Duran that may or may not be requestable? Rio is requestable. Wild Boys is requestable. Hungry Like a Wolf is requestable. The only other song I currently have in my list that I haven't tried out yet is Girls on Film. So I still have a lot more. Rafina, glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm going to play some songs from the request list now. I'm done talking about Duran Duran. We may not be done talking about these guys yet. Oh, wow. Here we go. We definitely have talked about this song a little bit today. Maybe now's a good time to play it. I'm very happy to play this song. Don't you be fooled. I want to play this song. I'm very excited to play this song. Oh, you know what? Let me go check the other camera. Let me see if it's booted up. Hold on. Let's go for a walk. Let's see if camera 3 has booted up yet. With its 30%. Oh, I'm gonna die. Cable management. Cable management is a real deal here. Lack of cable management. Okay, how are we doing over here? Phone is booted up. Oh, now I need to type in my security code here. Of course, I don't remember what it is. It's verifying. I definitely typed the wrong number. Try again. Starting up phone. Okay. We went from power. Now we're past the security screen. And camera 3 is now starting. So we'll come check that in a minute or to. And now, I feel like it's like one of those songs, it's like, I've been waiting forever. Are they going to play it before they're done with the show? We're going to play it. We're going to play it before we're done with the show. And I'm looking forward to it. For our friend Fernie, who just resubbed today, thank you so much, Fernie. This one's for you. And everyone who loves Dire Straits, too.
Get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park. In the meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. But the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. Man, he's strictly rhythm, he doesn't wanna make it cry or sing. There's been an old guitar is all he can afford. When he gets up under the lights to play his thing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. He's got a daytime job, he's doing alright. He can play the honky-tonk like anything. Saving it up Friday night with the Sultans. With the Sultans of Swing. And a crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner. Young and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of Swing.
I don't get sick of that song, Fernie. I don't get sick of it. I love that song. Played all the time with the guys in Power Surge, even though they took it out of the song list. I was like, guys, it's too fun to not play. We got to play this some more. I love playing that song. Let me get another one on the request list before I get back to story time. And then get caught up in the queue. I see this one, Rafina. I see it. I'm typing it in. We're going to go to everyone's favorite rock band to hate. I like them, though. So it is what it is. I remember people like, you can't put this in your song list. I'm doing it, dang it.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These five words in my head scream out, we haven't fun yet. It's not like you didn't know that. I said I love you and I swear I still do. And it must have been so bad. 'Cause living with me must have damn near killed you. And this is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These five words in my head scream out, we haven't fun yet.
What kind of hype light is that? What kind of hype light is that? Oh, Lumia. You make things fun.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story.
the hype. Okay, I'm gonna go take a quick peek at the camera over here. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the camera, see how far along it is in reboot mode. Nothing like taking 2 hours to get the camera back up and running. But I will take this moment to talk about new gear. Let's talk about new gear. Y'all know that I'm on a mission to get us some better gear for the stream. And you all know that I'm saving for better cameras. But I also realized the computers that run the stream are very much out of date. Right, I've got the Mac that sits to my left is from 2014. And sure, that's not super old, but it's showing its age. And all the music comes out of the Mac over here. But the stream is actually running on a Windows PC, which is from the year 2011, like the distant past. The streaming machine is very old. I upgraded the RAM earlier this year. Some of you may recall me upgrading the RAM. There it is. All right, let's see how long we get the other camera to work. So I upgraded the RAM from 6 whole gigabytes of RAM on the streaming computer, now up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. And it has made things considerably better, but not good enough. So, Apple announced a whole bunch of new MacBook Pros. I ordered us. I ordered a MacBook Pro. Who knows when it'll be here? It'll take a long time to get here, but I'll be able to use it for a lot of purposes. So we'll be getting a new Mac sometime soon. Hold on, I'm catching up in the chat. From way back when, the multitasking mod who doesn't sleep much is now in full working order. Well, good. We can get some mod love for Spanner in the Works. Always here, always keeping us on track. All the love for Spanner. Thank you. Rufina then shows up and says, cool thing that happened. My dad let me go through his CD collection and let me take anything I wanted. So I took Van Halen self-titled plus 1984. Very good choices. Extremely good choices. Soundgarden down on the upside. Whoa. And Nirvana Unplugged. That's a beautiful and a sad album. So amazing. Now all I need is a good CD player for Christmas. Well, the good thing is, I was going to say CD players are probably really cheap, but now I'm wondering, maybe they aren't cheap. Maybe they're not that easy to get anymore. It's like a cassette player. Great music choices. Rafina, I like where you're headed. Okay. All right. I'm just catching up in the chat here. Just scrolling. Seeing a lot of dancing emotes. Just making sure I'm not missing anything while I get caught up. All right. Yeah, the bling lights are great. All right. Fernie says, who doesn't love a dancing cow with a traffic cone on its head and spinning enchiladas? Wait, is that what's going on? I see it. I love them. I love all of those things, and now I'm hungry. For the enchiladas, not the cow. The enchiladas could have cow in them, but it's the enchiladas that I'm interested in. Finally, the resub song for Fernie. We'll get there. What's great is you're hanging out. We're all hanging out. We have not had a proper stream in a long time. Can we be honest? It's like SV shows up on whatever day he's in the mood for. Not the Mondays and Wednesdays that's scheduled. At random hours, and then streams for like 30 whopping minutes or like 65 minutes. So I'm glad we're having a proper stream. I'm looking forward to getting back to proper streams. It seems to work out for all of us when we have proper streams because more of us get kind of used to the schedule and come back more often. Rafina, you said I suggested he sell some of them at the yard sale for extra money, but he doesn't think they're worth much. CDs aren't worth much. They're not worth much at all. Even the unwanted CDs, you're talking $2. They're just not worth that much. I kept all my CDs on the other side of this wall, hundreds, maybe thousands of them. And I just look at them. I put them in a box and I put them away for years, and then I went and bought like a giant CD rack so I can just, while I'm working on the other side of this wall, while I'm working, I can just look over and see the collection I amassed over the years. And it makes me happy just to know they're there, even though I'll never take them out of the case again. It's been a while since we talked about Guns N' Roses, and I was just realizing the title of the show. We have not done our title song yet. We should probably do the title song before we run out of time. Most of you who know, when I title a show after a song or a lyric, I usually open with it. I didn't do that today. So I guess we are now that I think camera 3 is operational, we're going to do the title track of the stream. From Use Your Illusions, I think 1 is the title of today's stream. It's a remake, by the way. It's a remake. No, that's not where the words start. I'm starting us over. I forgot. It's a very long intro.
When I look into your eyes.
Son of a bitch. After all that, this terrible cover that I have wasn't even the one that I wanted. I'm listening to it going, this isn't the mix that I got, that I practiced before. What is this crap? I don't even have it. I don't even know what that was. I don't even know what that was that just came up. Hold on, let's listen to that again. Please play that terrible. Let's play this god-awful version of November Rain. Let's just skip to the lyrics here, the vocals.
And it's hard to hold a candle in the cold November rain.
It's a drumless cover. Oh, guys. My friends. Oh, man. Wow. Things you just don't expect. Things you just don't expect. We find it all here. I'm trying to find... There was a version that I used... I thought I had a copy of it. Now the question is, if I go and find it on the YouTube, am I going to get the one that I want to use? Oh, my goodness. All right, let's find out what this is. This... Oh, my goodness. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Oh my goodness. I don't know if you're like me right now, but I just don't want to do this song anymore. Title of the stream, screw it, we're bailing on it. Back to the set list. Back to the request list. Maybe we'll try it later. Let's just do this one instead.
What if I wanted to break? Laughing all off of your face. What would you do? What if I fell to the floor? Couldn't take this anymore.
Two more songs and we're done.
What would you What if I wanted to fight? Beg for the rest of my life. What would you do? You say you want it. What are you waiting for? I'm running from What if I wanted to break? What if I
We're gonna crush one more before we start to wind it down. It's getting to be 9:30 in my area. It's a good time to start winding down. It's been a solid 3 hours. We haven't done a 3-hour stream in ages. Let's keep the hype going.
before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored.
Something went off there. Something went off there. Okay, I am in the mood for this, and it's just going to happen whether we like it or not. We're just going to continue this, and then I think we're done. You're far too kind. Woo! Yeah. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cooking raw with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there could be no more. So for one last time, people make some noise. Get him, Jay. Who you know fresher than Hove? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all marry me back? Yeah, hear me rap. It's like Karen G rap and it's time. I'm Young H.O. raps Grateful Dead. Have a take over the globe, no break bread. I'm in Boeing Jet, Global Express. I'm out the country, but the blueberries still connect. I'm on a low, but a yacht got a triple deck. But are you young? What the fuck do you expect? What? Grand opening, grand closing. Goddamn, the manhole cracked the can open again. Who you gonna find doper than him? But no pen, just draw inspiration. Who you gonna see? You can't replace him with cheap imitation. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cooking raw with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. Now what the hell are you waiting for? So for one last time, people make some noise. Now what the hell are you waiting for? Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. Do if I paid my dues, I would play you. When you first come in the game to try to play you, then you drop a couple of hits. Look how they wave to you. From RC to Madison Square, the only thing that matters is just a matter of years. As fate would have it, J status appears to be at an all-time high. Perfect time to say goodbye. When I come back like Jordan, wearing the 4-5, 8 to play games with you. It's to aim with you, probably name you. If I owe you, I blow you to smithereens. Cocksucker, take one for your team, and I need you to remember one thing. I came, I saw, I conquered from record sales, sold out concerts. So motherfucker, if you want this encore, I need you to scream until your lungs get raw. Come on! I'm tired of being what you want me to be, feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. Becoming this, all I want to do. Be more like me and be less like you. Become so numb. So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. One last time. Life becomes so numb. No more. No more. So apparently we are ending on Numb Encore from Jay-Z and Linkin Park. It just is what it is. That song definitely tops the list of like favorite songs, mashups. Oh, mashups. Love the mashups. The Collision Course mashup album, so good. What are you guys talking about here? Let me scroll up here. What did I miss? Oh, right now, Hear me out. You're gonna listen to me right now. Okay, right now. Oh, I'm just reading. I'm just catching up here. Yeah, I thought it was sushi too, but it's not sushi. If you look at it, it says enchiladas. They're not sushis, they're enchiladas. I'm scrolling, looking at all the enchiladas, but they do look like spinning sushi, quickly on a small screen. I would have thought it was still sushi. Little salmon on top of some white rice. The Mitch headbanging emote, the Mitch rock and the Mitch headbang are like two of the greatest emotes. It's, you don't even need an animation. They're just so perfect. They are so perfect. So funny, Fernie, 99 Problems, Points of Authority. My band, Suspicious Hooligans, we used to play that live in concert. It used to be the end. We would end one of our sets with that song because I would have to scream the shut up part at the end. And I definitely needed a 10-minute break after that song. But we did. We covered the 99 Problems, Points of Authority remix. And the guys in the band are like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yes, I very much want to do this song." And they're like, "It's kind of a racy lyric." I'm like, Yep, I'm okay with that. It's just too good not to do." So maybe we'll do a version of that soon. Well, I did when we did our Linkin Park Day, which we'll do next year. That was one of the first songs we played on the drums. I didn't sing it. I don't think. Do I have an instrumental of that? I don't think an instrumental of that was ever created. Of course, I could create one. I should show you guys what I've been working on. Yeah, we'll save it for the next stream. I've been working on my little machine pad over here, recreating "Creep" by Radiohead to play as a live loop, but not using their music. Recreating it all with synthesizers. So sometime in the Lumia's having a blast over here. I will say this: the candy cane is now much better these days. Now that I animated candy cane, I love the animated candy cane now. I'm so glad we did that. So that's good. I just clicked the house button to get it back over there, Spanner. It's so wacky. Yeah, some good emotes. Mitch has some amazing emotes. Dare to Dream. Not a bad ending. Thanks, Fernie. Yeah, so 99 Problems, Points of Authority. What are the other two songs in there? There's like 3 or 4 songs in there. Maybe we'll play 99. I don't have it in the song list to request, but I love that song so much that, we went way off script today. Yeah, I'm very happy we did. My new theme is, I usually am like all about the black t-shirt, V-neck black t-shirt. Pretty much what I've worn consistently every stream since, I don't know. I feel like I have seasons. The new season is going to be based off of t-shirts with logos. So I'll wear a t-shirt with the logo and maybe we'll go deep on that t-shirt. Remember, a few of you were here when I did a t-shirt episode a few months back. All those t-shirts, I'm going to get them all nice and clean and then I'm going to wear them. And then as I wear the t-shirts, then we can talk about, hey, what about this shirt? Maybe we can theme the show around that shirt. I love how today was Guns N' Roses t-shirt, and I named the stream November Rain because it's not raining here at all. As Rafina says, there's no rain. But it's November. And then we go to actually play November Rain towards the end of the stream. Well, we all know how that played out. Candy cane is really good. Candy cane, Fernie, used to be a terrible light color. It was like a solid red above my head and then like a solid white over here, and it just looked weird. But now that it dances and the reds and the whites dance, it actually is really good. It's funny that you say that should be the hype, because I do really enjoy that. It was bad before, it's good now. I really like it now. I'm looking forward to digging through the t-shirt drawer next time. So if we are back on schedule, I'll be back Wednesday, roughly the same time. That's the plan. I haven't totally checked the Wednesday schedule, but I need to get myself back on schedule. I like when we have a schedule. You guys show up. We get friends who come over and visit from raids, and the audience grows a little bit. And I realize consistency is important if you want to do more of the Twitch and make it more of your life. So I gotta get back to that. I had warned all of us throughout the spring and the summer that my day life was going to get busier and I was going to start messing with the schedule. So that really got heavy in September. It was really like August, and then really heavy in September, and then took me October to kind of get back on, to kind of get myself back to normal. And so I think we're there. Barring life that gets busy, if we can get back to Monday and Wednesday, I'll feel good. We'll be here pretty regularly. But you'll know that I'll always keep trying to mix it up. I've been working a lot. Sorry, let me change my camera angle really quick. Changing the camera really quick. I've got my keyboard moved over here, and I've got my little synth loop machine over here. I want to start bringing those back into the stream a little bit. Or I shouldn't say bring them back. I want to start bringing them into the stream. I'll probably take a couple of my original songs and start performing them now that I got the keyboard over here. I just need to start practicing a little bit again. And I'm working through creating my first live loop song. The thing is, I want to create it off to the side for a little bit just to learn how to use this machine a little bit, and then we can start creating some live on stream. Like I said, I'm working on Creep by Radiohead, and that'll be kind of fun to sing over that and have the loops just kind of play in the background, just as an experiment. Oh no, Ferdy, forgot to cook. Oh no. Oh, Harry Belzonia just shows up. Oh my goodness, Harry. Oh my goodness, Harry. You just show up out of nowhere and... Harry. Oh, Harry. Thank you. Thank you. Man, oh man. We can't go out like that. We cannot go out with a massive donation by the one, the only Harry Belzonia. By the way, Harry, if you go into the Discord, there's a video I made after you gave a whole bunch of gift subs recently. And you were called out by name. I'm sitting at the office desk with a work shirt on. I made a little video. Go scout it out. Anybody else can go scout it out. It's in one of the channels in the Discord. You can go find it. You can go find it. It's kind of buried in the Discord. Harry, what are you in the mood for? What do you want to hear, Harry? What can I play for you? We need to play Harry a song, and then we can talk some more. Oh my goodness. Wait, are you saying you don't want the sheep song, do you? Do you want the sheep song? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're getting at? All right, my friends. Get them sheeps ready.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare. See, I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't
was so good, Harry. I am so glad you made it. We were literally just doing stream summary, wrapping up, talking about stuff. Didn't even see you there, and then all of a sudden, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Really, really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. This is great. It was great timing. We were literally, just winding down, shutting off, logging off, I'm past curfew. Psyched to have you here. But yeah, you gotta go scour in the Discord. There's a video. I have very few videos that I made that live in the Discord. It was for our gift sub Euro from a couple weeks back. Oh my goodness. So let's do a little stream summary here. Let's just get caught up here. First of all, it's our first real stream. I'll call it that. Right? It's our first real stream in a long time. Full stream, like a real stream. We haven't done it. Just my schedule's been off for all of September and October, but we're getting back. And if I just scroll back, since we started today, actually, I'm going to start with yesterday. Because I scroll back to yesterday, Spanner in the Works resubbed for 6 months yesterday. 6 months. Giastia, you never came back, by the way, to tell me, am I pronouncing your name right? So I'm just going to keep saying Giastia. Giastia, thank you so much. Great to have you here. Have a great night. Spanner resubbed for 6 months. Thank you so much, Spanner. And this was yesterday. Happy Halloween. I was dressed as a very disheveled Ron Burgundy. We had a Halloween set list. I only got through like 7 or 8 or 9 of the songs before I had to go deal with the trick-or-treaters. And then we started today with the title of November Rain, wearing some Guns N' Roses t-shirts. Nox Drummer and friends showed up for a nice raid. That was awesome. Giastia followed us. Fernie QC. Amazing stream, dude. Resubs for 5 months. Appreciate you so much, Fernie. Thank you. We finally got Fernie's resub song, Sultans of Swing, after like an hour and a half because streamer was off on a massive tangent. Diamond 24K Sapphire. Oh my goodness. Resubs for 5th month. Fernie. My goodness. Thank you, Fernie. And right to Giastia. Gia, are you still there? I know you said you were logging off. So if you're logging off, have a great night. Thank you, Fernie. Thank you so much, Fernie. Oh, you're still here. All right. Before you log off, Giastia, type ! And then one of these colors. I'm going to add you to the stick. Thanks to Fernie. You're the best, Fernie. Thank you so much. Gia, type ! And then type one of these colors. Aqua, pink, blue, green, or red. And that will let me know what color you would like your name written on this here stick. Known as the Sticks of Destiny, where the sticks magically hang behind me. Right here. Gia, we'll come over and check out your channel as well. Hey Gia, before you go, type ! And then type in a color. If you're in the car, don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm going to add your name to the stick. What color would you like the stick to be, Gia? You want it to be red, green, pink, blue, or aqua? I'm picking. All right. I'm picking. I'm putting it on here. Actually, I'm going to go with your name on my screen is red. I'm going with red. Giastia 318. So you do drums on your channel? Oh, well then we got to come see it. Everybody, let's go follow Giastia and go check out another drum channel that I'm just learning about. There you are. Our subs get this picture will be on the Discord later, so !Discord to see your name on the Discord, and now you get unlimited song requests. You get to use the emotes. You get to control the lights next time we get together. Fernie, thank you so much. My handwriting is so brutal. It's brutal. A lefty drummer, you know, lefty drummer. I think we're all family here. I love to see what else is out there. So promo is great as far as I'm concerned. Back to my summary here. Fernie, thank you so much. I was saying that Fernie resubbed for 5 whole months. And then Diamond 24K Sapphire resubbed for 5 months as well. Thank you so much. Lacey83 follows us. DJ Onyx 1983 follows. And then we're literally saying goodbye. But and by the way, today's stream was like, hey, let's talk about Guns N' Roses, and then let's talk about how, you know, I went and snuck into a Guns N' Roses concert, and then let's talk about how they played with other bands, and we talked about Skid Row and Metallica, and all of a sudden we're off on tangents playing lots of songs from different bands, and then I talk about the music I was into before I was into Guns N' Roses, like Prince. We didn't play any Prince today. Michael Jackson, we didn't play any of them. Run DMC, we didn't play any of them. Beastie Boys, we didn't play any of them, but we did play Duran Duran. And I would like to play more Duran Duran. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on more Duran Duran. So that was great. And then, you know, we're signing off. I've been on for 3 hours. I'm past curfew. Harry just sneaks in. And was like, I dare you to keep playing. And Harry, that was super generous. Bits aren't cheap. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. And then Fernie, just as we're like doing a stream summary, gift sub right to Giacia. It's a great group of people here. You guys are great. Good support. It's a good community we got going on here. I have a blast. I'm looking forward to being back Wednesday. So I appreciate you all. Don't forget all the love and chat for our amazing moderator, Spanner in the Works. If you got any green hearts, any type of mod love, throw it in there. Thank you so much, Spanner. I gotta go figure out who we're gonna raid now. I see some friends that are online. Some that I really enjoy, like my late nights watching and enjoying their show. But I feel like I continue to go to the same people now. We could go watch my friend playing some Super Smash Bros. We've never raided a gamer, as far as I know. One of my former coworkers, Nico, is playing some Super Smash Bros. That could be interesting. But I never raid gamers because I'm always like, I want to go raid another musician because I like raiding musicians because it's fun. The whole reason I'm on Twitch is because of the music. Okay, I think I know who I want to go raid. Someone who I've not raided before. Well, we may have raided them before, but they weren't doing live music. Yeah, this is really great. I appreciate you all being here, and I love this community we're building, and I enjoy performing for you guys. It really is kind of special. Okay, I'm going to queue up our outro. That is what I'm going to do. Where is it? Let me get my outro queued up here. And then I'm going to get the raid set up. And it's all going to be magical. It's going to be magical, my friends. Stay tuned for the outro video, and then I'm going to get our raid set up. Thank you for the raid calls, Spanner in the Works. Thank you all for being here. Let's plan to see each other on Wednesday, and I'll keep you posted in the Discord if anything changes. So have a great rest of your Monday into your Tuesday, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Twice a week. One man in his music studio performs hundreds of songs. To entertain you for hours at a time. a live stream known as Music by SV. Godsmack 006 hails it as the best way to relax after a hard day at work. Fernie QC remarked, "Amazing stream, dude." Music by SV captured audiences' hearts and was the official selection for this year's Spartan Film Festival and the winner of the Audience Choice Award. This is Music by SV.